It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and we've got the Vikings rocket on quarterback. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Vikings and the Cowboys, and it's all up next.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They go play action here on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And out across midfield down to the 45. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That is caught. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 33. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards. And he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another first down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm.
Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The drive will start with an option going left. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Cowboys in trouble to start play, 6-8 on the year. But they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. He'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. They'll drop to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. It's Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. And his kick is gone. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Their 2nd drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. That'll give them 8 that time. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Addison hauls it in. And he will have the Vikings first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Back to throw. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll get that to Charbonnet. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being...
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Looking to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
There he goes left side. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Complete. Jefferson the target. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Slant route, and he's got Addison. And he will have a Vikings 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit them quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. From the 46, here's 2nd and a couple. On the toss to Charbonnet. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet. Gets around him. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
That is caught at the 7. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Zach Charbonnet with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are back within a score. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Give to Bigsby on the option. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
second down. Here's a run with Bigsby.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Back to throw. The screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
2nd and 10.
They'll set up a throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
For the football going back to the Vikings offense.
And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he knows. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
This is taken around the 12. A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And out now come the Cowboys. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again. And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
And quickly to the outside, that's caught by Lamb. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him And we'll step aside for a moment.
Now back to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. Terry McLaurin, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Bengals looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. The Giants have punched their ticket to the playoffs as they up their mark to 11-4 with the victory. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On second down, they'll run it here. Oh, able to avoid him. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down. On play action, they'll throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a handoff running through the middle. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
2nd and 6.
Over the middle and complete to Addison.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB.
This is caught by Addison.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now a throw here to his running back. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for the offense.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Let's take it inside his own 40. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll drop the throw. A quick throw there is incomplete. When they need to play on 3rd down, you kind of know what direction the ball's going, but the defense knew it too.
Yeah, it's a good call because they wanted to put 2 men on him, and they did. Dare him to throw into double coverage. Really what you're saying is, let's see if one of your other receivers can beat us.
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the pick.
He's got a man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Another run by Bigsby.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
He'll look to throw.
That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. And forthcoming a field goal try for the Cowboys. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. just keep adding to that lead.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
And now out comes Minnesota.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Sliding up, and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
Pete Werner
picks up his second sack of the afternoon. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He'll drop to throw.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking deep downfield.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Now a handoff to Bigsby.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
2nd and 4. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And out now come the Vikings.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Back to throw here. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Dancing to his left. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Damone Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Touchdown! A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
A throw over the middle taken in.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
That is caught by Lamb.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
A run here with Bigsby.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
73 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. They were going for it on 4th and inches, now 4th and 5.
Yeah, everything had built to a crescendo, hadn't it? 4th and inches, I mean, we were coming out of our chairs up here. Now on 4th and 5, you've got to think about whether you want to go for it or not.
So that, not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 15. 2:07 remaining. They'll have one play, maybe two, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a 1st down.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They'll start with the option.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, and that should be that.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers, running a quick slant or something like that. Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Dallas, their hopes of a winning campaign stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year.
And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.